historic park, the most visited state park in the United States of America. How about that? Now that is the most visited state park, not national park. We average about 4 million visitors a year. Now let's talk a little bit about who that park honors. It honors
We're doing a tour in San Diego.
Kumeyaay Indian nation of this region.
Hey, painting polish.
The early Spanish settlers.
Hi, Piggy Master.
The early Mexican settlers. And briefly, believe it or not, folks, there were Russians here.
Good morning, Caroline Nicola.
Now, let's talk a little bit about our first inhabitants, the Kumeyaay. Kumeyaay actually translates to first people. My friends, centuries ago, the Kumeyaay migrated here from Arizona. We have guests
starting
from
Hi, Piggy Master.
Arizona's a beautiful state, and I think
IRL today in San Diego for sure. We're doing a trolley tour.
Arizona has warm summers. The Kumeyaay migrated here to escape the heat and lived peacefully right here on the Pacific for centuries.
Ooh, look at all
but
those
their
animals.
lives begin to change.
Piggy Master, did you just sub? Thank you so much.
In 1542, the Spanish naval sea captain and explorer
I can't see those bits or the subs, but thank you guys. I have on a different area
for Spain, España, way back.
This guy's giving a tour.
1542. Spain was thrilled to hold it, but they did nothing.
Taking you guys on a tour
not until the
of
year
San Diego.
1769. In 1769, King Carlos of Spain, the
Piggy Master, yes, Old Town Trolley.
there were
So we were just at the Old Town
here, and there were
State Park, or that Old Town.
Well, they didn't stay
And we're
long,
just
but that
leaving,
made him
giving the
nervous
tour.
enough to establish San Diego in
We're definitely going to go to Coronado. We're going to go also to
Spanish mission,
Little Italy.
San Diego de Alcala, and of course Spanish Presidio.
Sorry, I jumped on a little late.
They had
Had a little bit of a late night celebrating my cousin's birthday. Can you guys hear me okay?
Mexico. And then in 1846, the United States. So we have the Kumeyaay. They are still here.
Okay.
We have Spain, España.
I'm going to go in the
We have
middle, maybe
Russia,
that will help.
Mexico. This was Mexico for 25 years. And then the United States in 1846, 5 nations. All right, I'm going to check in with you. How you guys doing? Temperature, Orange County, doing all right. Good. Everybody else, good. All right, look to your left. You're going to see a long, impressive line of gray buildings. They are known as naval today. That's where they build communication equipment for the Barrio United States Navy. But look at those buildings. Don't they look a lot like aircraft hangars? That's because that's exactly what they were used for in the 1930s and 40s. Those buildings on your left were known as consolidated aircraft. Or coming on your left, that's when they built B-24 bombers for World War II. And I can proudly tell all of you in the 1940s, every one of those bombers built by women, and those ladies did a perfect
wind, guys.
Now, on this rather overcast day of Saturday, March 4th, 2023, do I have the privilege and the honor of having Marines on board. No such thing as a former Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Well, I'll bet so many of you are familiar with this great song. Hoorah!
Caroline, not so bad. Okay, perfect. We need like one of those windbreaker microphones.
And a big hoorah. Now on your right, San Diego's airport, one of the busiest in California, of course, behind LAX. How many by show of hands flew into that airport? Did you notice the low flight pattern? Yes, one of the lowest of any major airports in the United States. And after all these years, folks, just one runway. Yeah, only one runway. San Diego's actually been talking about building a new airport for about 85 years. They are still talking about it.
What am I, Caroline? What am I doing in San Diego? It's my cousin's birthday weekend. Said cousin right here. Say hi, Josie. Happy birthday, Josie.
Lindbergh, Charles A. Lindbergh.
We're hanging out here for 3 days, celebrating my cousin Josie's
Okay,
birthday.
my friends, the year is 1927. A young unknown pilot lands on your right. In that year, San Diego's airport, nothing but a dirt field. And he walks to these gray buildings on your left behind the trees. Today, they are called solar turbines. They're part of that massive Caterpillar company. But way back in 1927, they were called Ryan Aircraft. That is where they built his aircraft, the Spirit of St. Louis. Years later,
this is where we came for
Lindbergh
our
was
cruise.
given the choice of where to place his
Remember?
name,
For our
and he gave
trip?
it to
Yeah.
us.
Oh, that's
Look
right.
to your right. I'm sure you are. That's our beautiful harbor and
Yeah, they
bay.
left the anchor on the grass.
Always a favorite of the United
The boat
States
left without the
Navy.
anchor.
Why? Its width between 1.1 and 1.2 miles.
The weather out here is so nice right now. It's a little chilly for my taste, but really nice.
Ships, like the aircraft carriers, and let's talk about those two. On your right, both active duty Nimitz class carriers. They are CVN-72, the USS Abraham Lincoln, and CVN-70 in front of her, the USS Carl Vinson. Now let's talk sides. I know I've got some football fans here. The Sooners are here. Maybe a soccer fan or two. You'll see the ships again. Each one of those ships, folks, over 3.5 soccer or football fields in length. 3.5. And each one carries a crew on occasion at full complement.
Those ones right there?
Up to
Which one are you talking about?
6,000 men and
How
women.
about that big one over there?
6,000
black one right there?
That says 72.
Do you know what that means logistically, folks? They serve 18 to 20,000 meals a day on those ships. That's a lot of cooking. Glad I'm not the food and beverage officer responsible for that. Well, one of my guests put it better. She said, Conductor K, I'm just glad I don't have to do the dishes. Our first stop has arrived. I'm sure you saw the tall masts. On your right, to San Diego Maritime or Ships Museum, one of the best in the world. There are several tall sailing ships there you can tour. There's an actual U.S. naval submarine She's retired. There she is, the USS Dolphin. Now on your right, you'll see this first tall sailing ship with the guns or cannons. That's the HMS Surprise. She's our movie star ship from Russell Crowe's movie Master and Commander. And you know what else? If I have any Pirates of the Caribbean fans, she was in the early Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean, early ones. Of course, at that time, he wasn't married to Amber Heard. Happier times for both of them, I assure you. All right, folks, now welcome to the San Diego Maritime Ships Museum. Trolley comes by every 20 minutes. Your last pickup here.
You guys want to get off and walk, or you want to stay
Any
on?
takers?
Okay.
I want to stay
All
home.
right. Welcome aboard. Nice to see you.
Huh?
Where are you folks from? Toronto. I have another guest from there. Did you get our latest edition? All right. Great to have you on board. Hi, ladies. How are you? Good to see
Picking
you.
up
Where are
some
you from?
New arrivals.
Come out. Well, that's great. All of you together. Did you
Yeah,
get
we
our
got,
stuff?
let's see.
All right. I've got extras too.
These are
And everybody's got their
love the emails.
tickets
Thank you,
and
Caroline.
everything. I'm
Actually,
always
Ramon.
looking for stickers. Oh, don't worry. Oh,
Ramon
there will be a
made them. He
There'll
did
be
such a
$10
great job.
surcharge
So
for that
cute.
one payable to me.
We have a celebrity in the water.
No problem. All right.
It's right at the side there.
Yeah, check it out. Doesn't these
Can I get a
boats
map?
look really cool?
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I've got an extra here.
Oh, thank you. I just needed one. I was
Okay.
fine. Just thank you, Sheila.
Thank you. No problem. We got the map of San Diego, guys.
Okay, next stop at Barrio.
We're gonna pass on this stop and go to the next stop.
We'll be talking
It's
about
about
that
12
tall
stops.
sailing ship.
It's Ladies' Day in San Diego. Painting polish. Yeah, it is. Ladies' Weekend.
All right, folks. Now,
the
welcome
ambassador-
aboard to my
what
new
happened here?
guests from Toronto and
Chat on the screen
Temecula.
too. Oh,
As
that's so
always,
cool. I can't see the
celebrating
chat on the
safety
screen,
rules,
but
but first, the Star of India,
I'm sure
your right,
Ramon did a
oldest
great job on
active
it.
iron-hulled sailing ship
Thanks,
in the
Ramon.
world, launched
Working
in
hard behind the scenes.
1863 on the Isle of Man.
J-Rob.
Okay, a little bit of safety
you know,
reminders. You'll be hearing
roads
this
on my
every
loose
time
connection has been
some new guests join us. Please, no standing
Oh, okay.
while the
No
trolley's
worries.
moving.
We'll be
Remain
here. I'm
seated
gonna
till
try
we
to
come
stream
to
a
a
little
full
longer
stop.
today.
And the doors to the right
As long
open.
as my batteries
no
don't die
smoking,
out.
no alcoholic beverages. Silence your cell
Ramon, can we stop
phones.
for ice cream?
Use those
Sure we
vibrant
can.
voices
Anything for
and
you.
watch for an occasional low-hanging branch.
Master,
Now
very
you'll
great
see this
job.
lovely Disney cruise ship on
Yes,
your
Ramon.
right. No wonder
Ice cream.
anybody sailing
Ice
with
cream.
that
All
ship.
school for ice cream.
Anyway, my friends, you'll see the two Nimitz-class carriers in a moment. The Disney Wonder serves about 12,000 meals a day. Very impressive. But when you see those aircraft
It's a
carriers,
cruise ship?
remember
Is this a cruise ship? Oh,
18
okay.
to
That
20,000.
looks so cute. Oh, that's a Disney
Now,
one.
coming up, a very historic aircraft carrier, actually my favorite in the history of the Navy, the USS Midway,
that we came to.
CBN 41.
Duh.
There she
20
is,
minutes later, woman.
launched
Well, you know
at
what?
the
It
end of
didn't
World
look
War
familiar
II
until I
in
saw this, the port.
1946. She served 47 years in the United States Navy.
How did we get
Through
here?
the Korean
A bus,
War,
remember?
Vietnam War, and
Oh,
the first
it's all up
Persian
from my
Gulf
house?
War.
You guys rented it?
Now you can
Or
tour
you-
her
yeah, right.
daily from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
That's so cool.
This is actually our most perfect stop coming up the
38 of us,
Midway.
woman?
Also, we have
Yeah.
a ticket booth here. We even offer slight discounts on the Midway tickets. Now I'm going to ease into our stop. Let's use this stop as an example of our timeline. Trolley comes by every 20 minutes, but the last pickup is at 3:20.
Ooh.
3:20 is your last call. And here is my good friend, Amanda. She can answer any questions. Welcome to this great stop. Remember your last call, 3:20. Please see
3:20.
Amanda with any
We gotta make sure we
questions.
get on the
Anyone
bus.
departing?
Probably back on. every
if we
20.
get
Oh, the
Yeah.
seat blue's working, Amanda. Welcome aboard, ladies. Nice to see you.
If you can
Hi,
find an
where are you
awesome wrestling
from?
mask, I would
LA.
like one, please.
Great to have you on
Specifically
board.
gold?
How about
Okay,
you,
I'll look
dear?
for one, Ramon.
Welcome aboard. Where are you from? Mexico. Muy buenos dias. Great to have you
I
on
love the
board.
emotes, guys. Thank you. Thank you for using them. Thank you for coming. So sweet.
Looks like we are about it.
I can't believe you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
This is Anna.
sure.
Just
Looks
three
like
of us
we've
this
got
weekend.
Somebody else too.
And my cousin Josie. We're here for her birthday. One more time, Josie.
Woo-hoo. Birthday girl.
So we're taking a trolley tour. This is the second stop. There are 12 stops. We're gonna take at least 2 or 3 stops. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit and listen to this guided tour. Hi Anna and Josie, happy birthday from Painting Polish.
Thank you.
Caroline DePola says hello. They're saying hi. Chat saying hi.
Hi.
Let's see. Let me show you guys what I see out here. I think the stop is gonna stay here for a few minutes because every stop is like every 20 minutes. So I think this is like we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. Oh, there's a lot of shops. A lot of shops over there. Gold mask. Okay. I'll put that on my list. Ramon, gold mask. Don't you have enough gold masks?
Temperature all right. All right. Welcome aboard. We want to see you.
4 seats near each other.
Yeah.
Go wait for the other. Okay.
Oh man, we are missing the shops. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna end up in Old Town, and they have a bunch of shops there too. So we're gonna still go shopping. Oh, so cute. What is? Thanks, Piggy Master.
All right.
I haven't been
All right.
to San Diego
welcome
for
aboard.
40 years.
Did
Wow.
you get our latest and greatest
There you go.
edition of the maps?
A little peek again.
Where are you guys from?
One can never have
Oh,
enough.
my
Okay.
favorite train museum in the world. Welcome
I'm
aboard.
not sure that's what she
Oh,
wants to
yeah.
shop for.
All right,
You're right,
folks,
Painting Polish.
welcome aboard to all my new arrivals. I am Conductor K. As always, a couple of brief safety reminders. Please, no standing while the trolley's moving. Remain seated till we come to a full stop and the doors to the right open. No smoking. Well, I don't see anybody lighting up, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Plus, we are a propane vehicle. Yes. No alcoholic beverages. Silence your cell phones. Please use those library voices. Watch for an occasional low-hanging branch. Well, there on your right is the USS Midway. Launched in 1946. She served 47 years in the Navy.
Wow.
Now, my friends,
Big
how many
man.
by a show of hands have been on the Midway?
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
You have?
Yeah.
Good.
It's,
Now, I
it's
want
huge.
everyone to look to your right of a very special statue that I think many of you are familiar with from the photograph. Look to your right for a statue of a sailor kissing a nurse. Everybody see that over there? Anyone recognize that for me? From the end of World War II, right? From a great photograph that was taken in Times Square, New York on VJ Day, Victory Day, August 14, 1945, signaling the end or the conclusion of World War II. Now, there's quite a story behind that photograph no one loved. Did you know that
You
sailor
live in
and that
Penny
nurse
did you live in San
never
Diego,
saw
Penny
each
Masters?
other before before
to
that
J-Rob.
split-second
Wow, it
in
is
time
huge.
when the photo was
Because I don't
snapped.
know what that is.
And they wouldn't see each other again, my friends, for over 49 years.
Wow.
Not until the original photographer, whose name was Alfred Eisenstadt, went through U.S. Naval duty assignment records for that day and brought them together. Now, Mr. Eisenstadt, as you might imagine, received countless awards for his photo, but he did something else. He gave it an official title, which he copyrighted with the United States Copyright Office. Anyone know it's officially copyrighted title? That with you, the kiss, but it's not. My friends, his officially copyrighted title. He was very creative. It is Unconditional Surrender. Better title, yeah. Anyway, now, my friends, I have a little personal story that you can use to impress people when it comes to trivia. For over 15 years, I've been sharing that statue of the sailor kissing the nurse. About 5 years ago, we had a massive dental assistants convention here with 20,000 registered dental assistants. I had a full tour of 38 guests. I had 25 dental assistants on board. I went by that statue and proudly shared the statue of the nurse kissing the sailor. I thought I was going to have a riot on the trolley. Folks, she was not a U.S. Naval nurse. She was a U.S. Naval dental assistant. I was severely reprimanded, and her name, Edith Shine. I was privileged to hear a brief talk by her. She lived to the age of 93. By the way, the sailor's name was George Mendoza. He lived to 97 and a half.
Wow.
All right, welcome to my next stop. One of the more popular ones, Seaport Village. 75 unique shops and restaurants. Many of those with a seaport or nautical theme. You're going to love the views. Now, remember, a trolley comes by every 20 minutes, 3 per hour. Last trolley time, 3:25. So keep that in mind. Remember, it'll take about 3 hours to get back here because the trolleys go in one direction. You'll get a quick glimpse of the Coronado Bridge. Remember, every 20 minutes, I only suggest that if you see a stop and you like it, try it because it takes a little while to get back. Now, we only have about 100 more feet to our stop. Thank you ever so much for remaining seated. And we have some great sales representatives here as well as staff. So welcome to Seaport
This is a cute smile.
Village. Here's my good friend Cole. He is a plethora of knowledge. Welcome to Seaport. Anyone departing? Thanks. Welcome from me. Thank you. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great day. Thank you.
Never too early for a nice
Thank
stop.
you.
Never too early for a draft beer either.
I agree. Have a pop
What's
somewhere.
that? My real voice? It's probably going a little hoarse. Pretty close. Yeah. Good question.
All right. So this is our.
I like
This was the
How are
third
you?
or
Good. Where
fourth
are you
stop.
guys from?
Third stop.
Ontario. Canada's in the house.
Actually, I mean, we didn't even
Okay.
stop
All
at
right. All right.
that
Canada.
kissing
Welcome
sailor.
aboard.
But that was
I
one
thought
of
it
them.
was
You
a
know what I mean?
state.
Yeah.
All right. Just kidding. All right. Yeah. All right. Welcome aboard. Hey, that works for me. I didn't have to take my shoes off this time. All right. All right. How's everybody doing? Good? All right, Canada, it's only going to go downhill, I promise. No, I'm just kidding. As always, couple of brief safety reminders. Please no standing while the trolley is moving. Remain seated until we come to a full stop. And the doors to the right open. No smoking, no alcoholic beverages. Please silence your cell phones. Use those library voices. But you know what, folks? I have brought a special guest star to help me. He had a great career in the movies. Did you know this gentleman was the #1 box office movie star in the world for almost 2 decades, 80s and 90s? Then he took a little break and got a government job. You guys are good. Now he's looking for work again. Sacramento, you're going to love this. And he's newly single, very single, extremely single, maybe forever single. Just ask Maria Shriver. Somebody had to get that. I wrote that, folks. All right, here he is.
I'm back. I have some advice for all you travelers out there on the tour. You had better stay seated while we're in motion. Keep your body parts inside at all times. Watch out for those low-hanging branches. They're not friendly. No smoking or alcoholic beverages, or you might be terminated. We want you back.
All right, now Canada is going to get better. That was the great Rich Little from Ottawa. Yes. Now, my friends, look to your left. I'm kind of giving it away. That little brown restaurant with the red canopies was used in the filming of the most famous movie filmed in San Diego's history. And somebody knows my guest from Sacramento, Top Gun. That's where Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, a young Meg Ryan, and a young Anthony Edwards from ER fame all sat down in the first Top Gun for a great barbecue meal. Then they all got on the piano and played a famous rock and roll song by Jerry Lee Lewis. Now, I know I got some great voices here from all over the United States, from Canada, please, and Mexico. I remember from Mexico. Please sing along. Here we go. You sing the praise, round my praise. You got your love like a man sing. You go my way, the word of praise.
Sweet balls of fire.
I let you love what I'm all of this mind. You came along and moved me, honey. I'm changing my mind. It's first time.
Sweet balls of fire.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, after all these years, they serve great food there. They have actual memorabilia from the filming of Top Gun. You know, they even tell me they have the original grease from Tom Cruise.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm glad you guys laughed. It doesn't always go over. Anyway, my friends, on your left, where the palm trees are, you'll see an unusually designed building with solar panels. That is the San Diego Children's Museum, one of the best in the western United States. We're on the grounds of the luxurious Marriott Marquis, folks.
Ooh, wow.
And you'll love the landscapes here. On your right, this lovely fountain. Isn't that beautiful?
Ooh,
And my friends, they have a wonderful little pond there, and they have priceless koi in there, but they're a little shy, a little coy. All right, Oklahoma, I'm dying here, you know. All right. All right. Anyone departing here? Glad you're staying with me. Hi, folks. How are you? Welcome aboard. We got room for you too. We got a couple of seats. Have you got your tickets yet? Right on there. You're good to go. Here's a couple of maps for you. Thank you for being with
please, sir?
Yeah.
Kim?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, of course.
So glad everybody's here. How's the temperature doing? Okay? Everybody good? All right, very good. I think we're going to go about a coat of water. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to our new guests from New Mexico and Colorado. Great to have you on board. As always, a couple of brief safety reminders. Please, no standing while the trolley is moving. Remain seated until we come to a full stop and the doors are wide open. No smoking, no alcoholic beverages. Silence your cell
We're gonna make the
phones.
birthday go look presentable.
Thanks for using those
You just had a little bit of a tangle.
and watch for occasional low-hanging branch bugs. Now, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
it's a little chilly. I mean,
welcome
chilly for
to
us. It's like
downtown San
55.
Diego. Does everyone
That's like
see
really
our
nice for a lot of people, but
trolley
we're not
there?
used to this weather.
Folks, right along that trolley's path,
Okay, Rob,
the
I'm sweating
beautiful
today.
promenade or walkway known
spoiled here in
as the
California.
Martin Luther King Promenade. Please, folks,
I
remember,
love the
if
sky.
you're
It looks
down
so
here
good.
to visit that
So pretty.
incredible tribute to the great Dr. King, you can stroll along there and read
What's the
quotes
temperature
from
of where
his
you're at,
speeches,
J-Rob?
including my favorite,
It's
the I Have a Dream speech. And folks,
We're
never
like in,
forget, Dr. King did so much for every single
very
American,
warm area.
but please never forget what a great,
love it.
prolific writer he was. I've read some of his writings, they're incredible. Okay, now all of you might have noticed something. Conductor K has asked you where you're from. There's a reason I do that. I've met guests from 144 countries while giving these tours. It's been a great experience, but I didn't tell you where I'm from. I'm from that quiet, shy desert community in southern Nevada. Almost nothing ever happens there. It's a sleepy village. Just a wide spot in the road. Las Vegas, born and raised there. How many of you show of hands have been to Vegas? And you all know what happens in Vegas. Stays in Vegas. Till it ends up on YouTube. Don't end up on YouTube from my hometown. It won't be a good thing. I promise you. Anyway, the next time you go to Las Vegas, do me a favor. Look around Vegas. Imagine it is San Diego without the beach. My California residents probably know where I'm going with this. We get all excited when we see rain clouds. Did you know on this overcast Saturday, March 4th, 2023, beautiful San Diego imports 83% of its water supply. 83% of our water is imported. Everyone knows it comes from Northern California, but most of it from Colorado. Thank you, Colorado. Anyway, my friends, a real desert here, and it was an even more intense desert in the year 1867 when a wealthy California businessman living in San Francisco by the name of Alonzo Horton decided to come down here and build a city. Now in 1867, Horton was one of the richest men in this state. He had made millions selling furniture to those pioneers headed west. But he was bored, restless, and at 53 decided to come down here and build a city right here on the bay. Let me paint a picture for you. In 1867, when he came down here, there was nothing here except for a lone ship's pier and a deserted shack. When ships brought goods, services, and yes, passengers to San Diego's pier. They had to be loaded onto a wagon or stage, and it was 10 to 11 hours to the village
this where we
of
were?
Old Town, 6 miles to our north. Port knew that made no
This is where we
sense.
came last night,
Moved
guys.
out here to build this city, and they did. Now, my friends, they had a land auction.
This may be the reason why we started streaming a little bit late.
They paid well for 865 acres, about
I wonder what's the next stop is.
$260.
The
33
next
cents
stop.
an acre. What a steal. All right, we're going to ease into our stop here. Welcome to one of our creative, the Gaslamp Quarter.
We're in the gas
One
stop.
block to your left, Fifth Avenue. That's the main street of downtown San Diego. Ladies and gentlemen, award-winning restaurants, art gallery, shops, and a street fair today. Here is my good friend Tammy. She is a plethora of information. Folks, trolley comes by every 20 minutes. Last call here at 3:35. All right, anyone departing?
Piggy Master, did you
Great to have
ladies
you
eat
on board.
lunch already? Not
From
yet.
Arizona. Thanks, folks.
Not yet. I think we're gonna have lunch in Coronado.
Thank you.
That's what I'm
Nice to have you
guessing.
with us,
Because
dear.
that's
Thank you, my
the stop
friends
we're
from
waiting
Canada.
for.
Thank you.
We went here
Bye
last
now.
night
Great
and we
to have
ate
you on
and
board.
we watched actually a
Wonderful
dueling
to have you
piano
on board. By some miracle, you
bar.
survived.
It was so fun.
Thank you, sir. Tips and gratuities are always
We
appreciated.
give them
Thank
suggestions
you.
of what to
And
play
I
and
told
then
you it was
they'll just play it.
Remember
So
Rich
good.
Little? Thank you, folks. You survived the
And then we saw a
jokes.
live band last night.
Thanks so much. LA, great to have you on board. Hi, Tammy. Good.
Would you guys like to watch us eat?
Well, it's work high, folks.
I'm curious to know
see
if
you.
that's
Where are you guys from?
if that's weird or
Whereabouts?
interesting.
Oh, very good. Sorry about that Super Bowl. I was pulling for Jalen.
I'm
and
living
Hurts.
through you guys
Welcome.
today,
Where are
okay?
you guys from? For New Hampshire.
I
Beautiful
am
state.
hungry.
Welcome aboard. How about you guys? Boston. Ah, very good. Patriots. Then how about you here? Irvine. Irvine is
Irvine.
great.
So
It's
we are at
cold.
1, 2,
How are you?
3 more stops to
All right.
Coronado.
Looks like about 4. What do you think, Jen?
Are we also going to Balboa? Oh, we're going to Balboa, Little Italy. and
All right,
Coronado.
folks. Welcome aboard, everybody.
So the next one is Coronado. So we're here. Yes, it's gonna go G Petco Park.
All right. So
H
glad
to
you joined
Barrio,
us. I am conductor
and then I to
today.
Coronado.
Whenever
I was thinking we could eat there.
arrivals,
Yeah, and then
we
Bubba, and
always
then I
go
don't
over
know
those same
if Anna wants to go
rules.
Balboa
Please
Park, but
stand
Little Italy's the
while
last
the
one.
trolley's moving. Remain seated.
I mean, I'm not hungry right now.
Yeah, I'm not
And the
hungry.
doors to the right open, no smoking, no alcoholic beverages, silence your cell phones. Please use
Okay.
library voices. All right, folks, this is the exciting and historic Gaslamp Quarter that Alonzo Horton built, named for the Gaslamp streetlights on both sides of the trolley. It is the restaurant, music, and entertainment capital of the city. In front of us, behind the palm trees, the San Diego Convention Center. But right now, we are entering a very historic section of the Gaslamp Quarter. It was known as the Stingery. It's no longer here, but it was big. The Stingery. Now, how did it get the name Stingery? Well, the early
Convention center
sailors
right there.
that came through here gave it that nickname. What did they mean by the name Stingery? To quote those sailors, you could get stung quicker here out of your money than you could get stung swimming with a school of stingrays. What did that mean?
Con?
It meant the
Like Comic-Con?
businesses right here catered to sailors. Now everybody riding on this trolley knows the kind of businesses sailors like, right? Libraries, churches, choir groups, book
This is the heart
clubs,
of District
privilege
San
and honor
Diego.
of having any former or current sailors on board the trolley. How about gentlemen's clubs and gambling
There's a very
halls?
good view
And our
of the
most
convention
famous
center.
gambler here. I certainly hope you've heard of him. Less and less of my guests these days have. Wyatt Earp. Yes. Now he came here after the famous gunfight at the OK Corral. You'll notice we have a great Hard Rock Cafe and hotel here. In front of us, the San Diego Convention Center. But now we are heading to our next stop, which is Petco Park. And there it is, coming up on your left, this round brick building, the prime joy of downtown San Diego, Petco Park, home of the San Diego Padres.
San
This
Diego
stadium
Padres.
on your right was completed in the
That's
year
the baseball field.
2004. It seats 42,000 baseball fans.
Ooh.
And it's named for Petco, one of the nation's largest pet store chains. Home base right here in San Diego. Well, you know what that means. That's one home game a year. They have pet days here. You can bring your pet to the game, any pet. People bring dogs, cats, lizards, boa constrictors. Glad I'm not on cleanup that day. All right, anyone returning to the Bayfront deal? Okay. Now look, that sun's breaking through for you folks. We're going to go to Barrio Logan. Barrio translates from Espanol to the word neighborhood. This will be our great Mexican-American community, and then I'm taking you all across that Coronado Bridge. Best views of San Diego anywhere. We're going to be 249 feet above the harbor and bay. Why so tall or high? To accommodate Navy ships. So get those cameras ready. I'm going to check in with you. How is the window situation? Everybody content? You okay, Oklahoma over there? New Hampshire, good. Can always go up one. All right, I'll keep the heaters on. Now remember, we're going to be 249 feet above the harbor and bay. If you have any aversion, discomfort, or overall dislike of heights, just do what I do. Shut your eyes. It works great. Sacramento, I'm dying here. I really am. That was a joke, folks. All right, everybody's good? Here we go.
Here we go.
Now, I brought my favorite baseball song. I brought my favorite baseball song. Carrie loves singing this at Chicago's Wrigley Field.
We're gonna go to that bridge right there.
We've got gifts from all
Check it out.
love to hear your team's name.
Kind of windy.
Now, anyway, my friends, welcome to Barrio Logan. Notice the green markers. They always have a green artist colony here. This is the original Mexican-American community of San Diego. Rich in history, rich in culture. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the historic Barrio Logan sign.
I know
On
it's so
your
windy.
left, Ryan
Sorry,
Brothers Coffee, one of my favorites and one of the best in San Diego. Ladies and
Your
gentlemen,
ears?
a variety of great
How can I
restaurants
stop
here.
it?
But those wonderful murals and the original, the first ones are only a block in front of us. They are now part of the National Landmark System. They are so important. Now a trolley comes here every 20 minutes. Your last call here will be at 3:45, folks. Welcome to Barrio Logan, next stop, Coronado. Welcome aboard. You're plenty of room. Where are you from? Michigan. Great to have you on board. All right. Thanks, folks. Have a great day. Thanks for your generosity. Looking forward to seeing you. Welcome aboard to my guests from Michigan. As always, come with brief safety reminders. Please no
Do I spy?
while
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
remain seated till we come to a full stop and the doors to the right open. No smoking, no alcoholic beverages. Silence your cell phones. Use those lines
Right,
like
we're going to
voices.
Coronado.
Now, folks, you'll see the original murals of
We're
Mario
going
Logan
over the
on
bridge.
your
It
left.
might be
We're getting
windy
ready to go
again.
across the bridge. As always, remain seated. Enjoy those views. Hang on to your hats.
Hang on, guys. Lower down the volume, but don't blink. It's gonna be really nice. I don't want my phone to blow away. Oh my gosh! I'm scared my phone's gonna blow away. San Diego taking a trolley tour.
You're going to see a lot of blue tollbooths, but today, the Coronado Bridge is a toll-free bridge. No tolls. Well, way back in the year 1967, it was a very, very straightforward bridge. It was a toll bridge. Within 7 years, it was open. And then, well, my friends, actually a little longer. Tell you, the government's agreement with the tolls bridge was
get off the trolley on this stop.
The bridge became a free bridge. Last main car went across the bridge on July 27,
We're
2000.
celebrating my cousin's birthday.
After 33 years,
Girls' weekend.
it's been a free bridge now for
Very
almost
tame weekend.
21 years. Isn't that great? Completely and totally great. But I've noticed something, even though it's been free for 21 years now, well, almost 21, the government has kept all the original blue toll booths. Well, I'm not worried. No, I'm sure the Coronado Bridge will always be a free bridge because the government always keeps its promises, right, folks? All right, you've heard for you. Now, welcome to Coronado. Let me give you some of the logistics and the statistics. Today, Coronado is 8 square miles. It is 4 miles long, 2 miles wide. Coronado today has a population of 26,000 permanent residents. It is an independent city of San
Hey,
Diego.
Piggy Master, I'm
And
glad you're
might I
enjoying the
add,
tour.
fiercely independent.
I'm
They
just
have
worried
their
about the
own
wind.
police
It's so loud.
department, fire department, public works, and school district. They're
Tour guide is
very
good. He's
independent.
really, yeah, he's wonderful.
In your travels or in your readings about Coronado, you might have seen or heard it frequently referred to as an island, but it's actually always been a peninsula attached to a part of San Diego by a strand or peninsula of land. That peninsula, however, used to flood every single day of the year at high tide for literally centuries. Our first inhabitants walked across it, generals ran across it, and the peninsula would get pretty infected. In the 1940s, our area in the United States Navy permanently fixed there has been only one way in and one way out of the harbor. Much easier to maintain security for all of those ships. Now, welcome to Coronado. You're going to love the little village here, the great shops, the restaurants, the art galleries, the bistros. Then I'm going to get you up close and personal with the Coronado Beach, and then the famous Hotel Del Coronado.
So is this an island,
Oh,
Joyce?
you'll see the village
peninsula.
here. You're right, originally constructed in 1940. It closed in the year 2000, but was reopened in 2011 with 3 screens instead of 1. So now Coronado has a movie theater again. My friends, I'm going to pass around a photo to all of you. It is a beautiful Victorian home. It is the Livingston House, constructed in downtown San Diego in the year 1887. I'm going to pass that around in a moment. You know, I mentioned Coronado hasn't changed a bit in 50 years, but if you look to your right, they've added a Starbucks. Yeah. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about the Livingston House. I'm going to pass this around. Constructed in 1887 in downtown San Diego. barge. Well, in 1983, the Livingston family treasured that house so much, they moved in here to Coronado by barge, folks. And I must tell you, even back in
Ooh, that's pretty.
1987,
Look at that house.
that barge cost the Livingston family $2,000 an hour. And it took them 3 days to get it
Tiny
here.
little houses
You
or
can do the
condos.
math, I'm
Hundreds.
sure. Yeah. All right, folks, we're almost to the beach. Always rated the top 10 of all beaches in the United States by Dr. Beach. You might have seen his work on the Travel Channel. Almost there. But first,